Hello guys, how are you doing today? I hope you are having a very fabulous time wherever you are, and I believe that your day is going quite well and the way you actually expected it. So today we are going to be looking at a very important topic that I've been thinking about for a very long time, and I said let us trash it today. So right here with me I have Mr. Gabriel Masheyi.
Yeah.
So this is Mr. Gabriel Masheyi. He's a student of Novena University and in the Department of Intelligence and Security Study, ISS precisely. So today we are going to be talking about why you should not promise marriage. Why you should not promise any man, any woman marriage if you know you are not ready for it. Like a lot of people have been making this mistake, and I think it is something that is destroying part of the reason why some people are still finding it difficult to rise in life, because they have actually made certain promises that they are unable to fulfill. So I thought of it and I decided to invite my friend here so we can trash this topic, and we can also share some ideas, what we think, and you're also free to share your idea what you think too by the end of this video. So Mr. Masheyi will introduce himself better.
My name is Omache Gabriel. I'm a student of Novena University here in Panama, Delta State. God bless you.
Okay, so today there is this thing that a lot of guys are doing. Like you want a girl. Normally you just want the girl for just wanting sake. You don't want to do anything serious with her, but most times we end up wasting somebody's precious time. And you know that the way things are, women, their time is actually limited to certain things they can do in their life. So most times you just want to spend time with a girl. It's better you just define what you want at that moment instead of trying to deceive her by promising her marriage. I think that's what most people are doing. You just promise the person that you want to marry the person just to get at the person and have your way. So there is this level of emotional trauma. So, Mr. Gabriel, what do you have to say about that? This trauma, like some people have been through this experience and made them make, some, decisions that are not actually good for themselves and also for the society. Because for society to exist, there must be continuity. So, what do you think about emotional trauma as regarding this topic?
Emotional trauma. One, because it's pertaining to the area of the why we shouldn't promise marriage. One of the causes of emotional trauma is because one, disappointment
Yeah.
in relationship these days is one of the major causes of trauma. Some of the reasons are one, when you and a guy, you and a girl, get into a relationship, and you promise her marriage. After a very long time, and you decide to disappoint her, you feel that you can no longer continue with her because you've used her, you've tested her, and you need to go and test the next person. So you choose to dump her, and you disappoint her. That thing will affect her emotionally. She will not be balanced for some time. And because of that, she may try to, I don't believe in relationship anymore.
Yeah.
Let me just stay
Like a
without.
lot of people make so
Yeah, yeah. Let me just stay alone for some time. And when they continue, it has an effect on them and the society. Because without a man or without a lady, you cannot reproduce. You cannot reproduce. And secondly again, that's why as a young man or a young girl, if you know that you are not ready for a relationship, do not promise marriage. You can enter into a relationship and say to your partner, let us see what comes out of this relationship. But for now,
promising.
yeah, instead of promising, but for now, I cannot promise you marriage because I don't know what the future entails for us. And when you do that, the girl in question and the brother in question will know pretty well that the getting married to each other is 50-50.
Under probability.
It's not a probability. But when you get to know yourself and understand yourself better, and know pretty well that I am ready, she is ready, you are ready, she is ready. I think when both parties went to see each other's families, and that tells me that, and that would tell the girl or tells the young man that, and even I am very self that it is this relationship is moving to the next level. Before you promise, when you make promise at the beginning of relationship, there is a tendency that there will be disappointment because you don't understand yourself, and when you don't understand yourself, you cannot trust the partner to keep to his words, and you cannot trust her to the person that have said yes to you to keep to his promises later in future. So that's one of the reasons why you shouldn't promise marriage at the beginning of a relationship.
So it's really not advisable. It's not advisable, guys, to promise marriage when you're not ready. You can do your normal, play like a lot of people are playing these days. You can do that, but don't because you just want to, have this girl or this man. Maybe he has money or he has one or two things. You just want to, use the person and dump the person with pretending to marry the person. Something that is really going to damage that person, and a lot of things are going to go wrong if that should take place. Like I've heard of people like laying curses. Some people not being successful in their life, maybe they go to somewhere and they tell them that because of one or two promises they have made, or somebody has actually laid a curse on them in the past based on the mistake they have made in the past that actually triggered that to happen. What do you think about these curses? Do you think if they are just superstitions or it's something that is actually effective?
They do have effect.
Okay.
And I pity our young boys and our young girls who disappoint each other, and at the end of the day, they utter out some words they are not supposed to utter because of one disappointment or the other, And these things has serious effect. Like I was telling a friend of mine what actually happened to someone I know some couple of years ago.
Yeah.
That there's this brother in our church, and also this sister attend our church. No, not the sister. It was the sister that the brother later got married to, that as in my church member. Some years ago, this brother was in a relationship with a lady out there, and it's like promised this lady marriage.
Okay.
After a very long time, 2 years before he got married, he disappointed the lady. And in pain, the lady uttered some words and she said that, marry, you will get married. Say that in this your marriage, you will not have issue. And after a while, both of them went their separate ways. Okay. But in future, when this brother later got married to this my church member, they are both my church member anyway. And when they got married, for 5, 6, 7 years, there was no issue. Not until a minister of God came to our church, right there in Warri. I don't want to mention the name of the church. Likewise, I don't want to mention the name of the brother and the family because of some reason, not until this minister of God came to our church and it was ministry, suddenly he asked the brother to come out. And the brother came out. He said, it's like, you don't have issue. The brother said yes. And how long have you married? He said 6 going to 7 years. He said, so do you know the cause of this your problem? He said no. So you're in a relationship before and you promised a lady marriage, and at the end of the day you disappointed her. And in that process, she was pain. She was in serious pain, and she laid a curse and declared a word that he said, in marriage you will marry. Said, but you will not have an issue. The brother said, yes, he can recollect the incident now. Said, yes, he actually disappointed the lady. Said, that is the reason why you're experiencing a child delay in this marriage. Let's say the father, man of God now said, you know what, I prayed for you, but you know what, go and look for that lady and apologize and settle with her and tell her to renounce her utterances. And the man did. But the man came back to shop after some months and said, before that incident, before the church service, that he had been seeing the lady around. But after the man of God said he should go and look for the lady, do you know that it took close to 7 to 8 months before he finally found the lady? And the lady used to see the lady in his environment for some time. But after that period, couldn't find her. No. But the man tried and he contacted the lady's friends and family members and said she has traveled to somewhere in Sapling. He had to go. They said it's not that they went out as he has traveled. So, he traveled. They don't know his destination. When the man came, he finally found the lady in Warri. And when he approached her, I told her that, so this is what has happened here. That the man of God said the reason of my shyness is because of what you uttered some years back. And I said, oh, see, as a day he met, but now he doesn't wish such a thing for him. He now said, please forget about that. Don't worry, I'm sorry. Whatever I've said about you that you not have issue, I cancel it. To not have effect on you. They both smile and they laugh and they started relating with one another. But you see that because of that disappointment and that utterances the lady made some years back, it has effect on the guy's the guy's marriage. So that's why sometimes as a young man, young girl, you don't make promises and at the end of the day you disappoint your partner. There is an effect. There is an effect when you disappoint somebody in marriage. When you make promises at the end of the day you didn't fulfill it.
Yeah.
It's not a good thing.
So it's
disease from promising. Yeah.
effective. It's not superstition.
It's not superstition.
And there is possibly no affirmation for you to, break any such yoke. But there is this thing that sometimes that you enter into a relationship with somebody, this person might actually be a virgin, and just to get in, you start promising, and for a young girl that is coming up, they might actually, because women are moved by what they hear, so those things can actually get into them. Now with this kind of covenant, because we are made to understand that the blood covenant is actually the most severe, effective covenant, that someone can actually enter, because it involves blood. So, do you think that is really a good idea?
To this virgin.
To this virgin again, you know that you have nothing. You know from the beginning.
You are making fake promises.
Yes, you know that it's not going to work. But just to get at her, you just have to.
See, we said earlier on that don't make promises. When you make promises and you disappoint a lady or a brother, there is a repercussion, and there is a cost attached to it. And one other thing I need to say is that between covenant and promises is just a thin line difference.
Okay.
Just their promises doesn't involve blood. The covenant involves blood. So that one has more effect than promises. And we are advised to avoid making promises, and yet entering into covenant, you need to be very, very careful. You need to be very, very careful. And one again, a young girl that is a virgin, you went ahead to disvirgin her. When you disvirgin a girl, it involves blood. Having sex with an opposite sex, it involves blood. And secondly, again, when you disvirgin a girl, there's this soul connection between you and that person. There's this connection between you and that person. And you choose to disappoint that girl. You promise her marriage, and you break her virginity, and yet you dump her, and you went after another girl. My brother, my sister, this issue we've been saying, we've been discussing is very, very vital for us as a young youth and as a young youth. We should desist from making promises, and we should desist from having sex with opposite partner when you know pretty well that marriage is not there. Please, we should desist from it, because one, it has spiritual implication. It has spiritual implication. The brother may end up getting married with another person, but there will be no issue, or there will be issue. There will be children, but there will be this prosperity will not be there. They'll be struggling, unknowing to the man that it's because of what he has done to someone else in the past that is causing problem in the family.
So guys, we're about rounding up the program today. So we've talked a lot. We've talked about the function of this thing, how it is not good for you and for the lady, and please don't try to promise in the name of, just to impress somebody, you try to promise marriage when you know it's not going to work. Please desist from that heart, because I heard of a story last week, and the thing touched me that the lady actually decided not to get married again because the person that promised her marriage disappointed her, and all her life she lived without having a child. So sometimes too, because somebody disappointed you, that does not mean you should make decisions that is going to affect you for the rest of your life. Because this lady now, I don't think she has achieved anything. So we should be very careful too with the kind of choice we make when we're angry, so that we will not do something that's going to affect us for the rest of our life. Because for that lady, I don't think it ended well for her, and for the man too, he was not free either, because he got married, but that marriage did not last. He was also separated with the lady before he died, and the lady might have died too. So guys, please desist from this kind of act. You can do your normal play, but when it comes to promising, because there is this thing, when you promise a woman and she really loves you, she's going to give her all to that, and she's likely going to make sure she keep that promise that she has made with you. So be very careful, guys. So please, if you are joining for the very first time, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. This is Brainy Talk Show TV. Thank you very much, guys, for joining us today. Thank you so much, Mr. Gabriel. Thank you for sitting too.
Thanks, man. Thank you very much. God bless you all for listening to us.
Okay. See you guys next time. Thank you very much. Bye.